lahat ng mga congressman at party list ay pwedeng mag-submit ng project na isasama ng DPWH sa NEP. At ayon sa listahan ni Yumaong Yusek Cabral, may 150 million ang Bicol Saro Party List sa 2025 NEP na napunta sa dalawang road projects sa Pamplona at Pasacao, Camarines Sur. At nung sinabi ko, ang Bicol Saro Party List ay may proyekto. At ang representative ng Bicol Saro Party List ay si Terry Redon. Eh sinabi ni Kong Redon, sinungaling ako.
Oo,
wala daw siya sa kongreso noon.
Nako.
Oh. Kaya dinivert niya yung usapan.
Hindi niya kinonfirm.
Pero ang sinabi ko, number one, ang Bicol Saro Party List, which Congressman Redon represents in Congress now, ay may insertion. Kasi hindi naman yan insertion ng nominee eh. Insertion yun ng party list. Pangalawa, the point I'm making is, yung elections are only coming more recently. But I think that Congress as an institution has a very low trust rating.
Now.
So that answers your question that maybe only 20% of the public approves of Congress as an institution. And that's why I find it funny that many people are defending the budget of Congress as if they think that it will change the public's perception. I think the best way to defend Congress is not through words but through action.
Yes.
And to just show the public where the money is going.
Tama. Ito nga, napaka-unfair, no? Katulad lang sinasabi mo. Ikaw, kumukontra ka sa katiwalian, kumukontra ka sa mga nakawan sa gobyerno. Samantalang itong iba, alam naman nila na may nangyayaring hindi maganda sa gobyerno. So, alam ko ito, suntok sa buwan ito eh. Kasi kailangan mo munang mapatunayan na kasabwat sila sa pagnanakaw bago mo sila maparusahan. Pero in the future, naiisip mo ba, alam mo suntok sa buwan ito, pero magagawan kaya nating ng paraan para ma-sanction itong mga trabahador ng gobyerno na nananahimik, na obvious na may nangyayaring katiwalian o nakawan sa gobyerno?
Baka wala na pong matitira. Pero ang maganda ding development ngayon, marami din mga rank and file na nagbibigay na rin ng impormasyon.
Yes.
Kaya I'm very thankful to the people that send me messages on Facebook or my email. And yun din po ay isa sa mga sources ng aking mga inilalabas, yung mga whistleblowers na nagbibigay ng impormasyon. Kaya hindi naman yung buong gobyerno ay walang konsyensya. May mga tao na nagtatrabaho sa mga government offices na nakikita nila yung mga masamang ginagawa at humahanap po sila ng mga ways to report what they see.
Yung nabanggit mo yung baka wala nang matitira. Hindi. Siyempre, meron matitiro dyan. Meron dyan, for sure. No? Pero dun focus tayo dun sa lower house, sa mga congressmen. Ilang kayang porsyento? More or less lang ha. Hindi naman natin pwedeng ma-eksakto yan eh. Meron pa bang kalahati dyan ng matino? 10%, 20%, 30%?
May mga congressman kahit na matagal nang nasa Congress na talagang hindi tumatanggap ng kickback. Dahil I of course hear it from them. I also hear it from people in their districts and I believe them. Pero I guess they also are not confrontational to stop the actions happening in their district engineering offices. Parang hindi lang nila papakialaman yung corruption. Kaya yung nangyayari, yung mga district engineering office staff ng DPWH ang kumukuha ng porsyento sa mga proyekto. Dahil siyempre, yung kausap naman ng contractor at yung mga nagbabayad sa contractor ay yung DPWH office. Depende na lang sa kanila kung may i-remit nila sa congressman.
Kaya ako natanong kung ilang porsyento kasi para makita natin gano'n na ba kalalim talaga ang problema natin dun sa sistema.
Pero ang point ko is actually, sa buong bansa, meron talagang kickback sa DPWH. The question lang is kung sa ilang mga distrito, may mga hindi nagre-remit sa congressman. Pero hindi pwedeng i-deny na may kickback sa lahat ng mga opisina ng DPWH sa buong bansa. At ang proof dyan, yung testimony mismo ni dating Yusek Roberto Bernardo. Pero in terms of in Congress, I guess there are many also who are not partaking in that themselves. But I think the problem for the whole flood control investigation is when you implicate a few members of Congress who have dealings with many members of Congress, talagang maraming mga madadawit dyan. And I am very curious to see in the next few weeks how they will file charges on a few who have dealings with many. And if eventually it will either mean that many will have to be involved or they will have to make some reason why not
is it
everyone
safe to
will be
say
affected.
na itong ghost projects, itong flood control projects anomaly, it started on the 19th Congress?
Ang sinasabi naman ay hindi pa ako napanganak at corrupt na ang DPWH, di ba? At ang difference lang was the amount. Nung araw, di ba, 70 million per congressman, 200 million per senator. Eh ngayon, baka times 20 ng mga halaga na yan. At ang nangyayari lang, lumaki yung buong government budget. Nung baka 2016, 1 trillion lang ang
Yun.
ang GAA. Tapos baka by 2022 naging 4 trillion pa. Pero umabot na sa 6.7 trillion ngayong 2026. At as a percentage of GDP, it went from 14% to now 22 or 23%. And the solution, I think, is just to lower government spending. But as long as there is no strong public pushback to it, the temptation is for whoever is making the budget to make the budget as big as possible. Because I guess you want to maximize what you can while you're in the position.
Okay, so these are the 10 top government agencies with biggest allocation in 2026. Department of Education, Department of Public Works and Highway, Department of Health, at et cetera, et cetera. Do you agree? Is this fair para sa inyo or
Yes, the
ano masasabi nito sa budget?
budgets are publicly disclosed naman. And in 2025, the DPWH actually exceeded the DepEd, if I'm not mistaken. In 2024, by even more so, kasi that's only the programmed appropriation.
Programmed,
Meron
yes.
pang unprogrammed appropriation. By the way, this is one thing na dapat mabuksan pa in the coming weeks. Yung pinaka worst na katiwalayaan sa DPWH ay hindi pa na
Nabubuksan.
bubuksan. Kasi yung unprogrammed appropriation na nanggaling sa PhilHealth funds ay napunta majority sa flood control. Ang natitira naman sa iba pang mga dubious projects. Kahit sa sarili kong distrito, meron din mga projects na ito. At yung mga programmed appropriation, ang Congress ang nag-select
Yes.
ng projects. At may mga paliwanag, requested sila by the local government units. Ang congressman ay identified as the proponent for many of the projects. Pero yung unprogrammed appropriation, it's already a fact that galing yan sa PhilHealth Fund. It was so important to divert the PhilHealth and the PDIC to fund these projects. Pero hindi pa nabubuksan ano yung 214 billion pesos of DPWH projects that were funded by unprogrammed appropriation. At ang lumalabas nga po, majority was flood control and almost all of it is substandard. At ang tanong, sino ang pumili ng 214 billion pesos of DPWH projects that had to be funded from unprogrammed appropriations? So I think that would be one of the biggest things that na bubuksan pa sa mga susunod na mga linggo.
Ayun. So, ang problema talaga natin, unprogrammed, doon talaga nanggagaling yung ano eh. Kumbaga, ito ang nagiging tambayan ng mga korrupt na politiko, yung unprogrammed fund. Kasi ito, unliquidated ito eh. Kumbaga, they can spend it anytime they want lang na, ano lang eh, kumbaga, ano ba, certification lang? Ito yun, di ba?
Similar siya sa programmed, except yung program dumaan sa Kongreso. Yung unprogrammed, executive yung pumili.
Yes.
At kinuha pa yung PhilHealth at yung PDIC para pondohan ito.
Yes.
Kaya yung hindi ko pa nakita na itinanong, yung 214 billion na yan, bakit napaka-importante yung mga proyektong yan na kinuha pa yung ganong pondo para dito at hindi pa nabuksan, ano yung 214 billion na yan?
Ayun.
Ang lumalabas, karamihan po ay flood control.
So itong 2026 GAA, no? For to